So Booker season is just days away from the long list being announced, and I couldn't be more excited. In my household, we refer to this as Christmas in July because that's how excited I am for this book prize. Hi, my name is Kim, and welcome back to my channel. If I am new to you, I am a lover of literary fiction and I am a lover of the Booker Prize. I also follow the International Booker, the Women's Prize, and Canada Reads. So I thought for this video I would put together a little bit of a prediction long list, and let me tell you, it's going to be a controversial and surprising one. So let's get to the discussion. So some important dates for the Booker Prize this year is the long list will be announced on July 30th. The shortlist will be announced on September 16th, and the winner won't be announced until November 12th. So for the 12 or 13 books that are going to be longlisted, there is a fair chunk of time to get through them, and I do plan on reading all of the long list. So I hope that you join me for this exciting reading time. So the first thing I want to talk about is what I don't think is going to make the long list. And this is probably going to be upsetting to a lot of people because it is a much loved book. And I really don't think that James by Percival Everett will make the long list. Before you press stop, let me explain to you why. Now, I loved this book. I thought it was absolutely fantastic, but I don't need to love a book to expect it to be on the Booker. Now, Percival Everett was shortlisted in 2022 for The Trees, and it is a phenomenal sort of crime, literary thriller book, and he is quickly becoming a favorite of mine. But I don't think that James, while I loved it and will probably make my best books of this year, I don't think it's a Booker book in the same way that the controversy last year with Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. I love that book. Couldn't get enough of the audiobook, which was over 30 hours long, and it made my top books of that year. But it, to me, I wasn't surprised to not see it on the Booker long list, despite winning the Pulitzer, despite winning the Women's Prize. Now, Demon Copperhead was a reimagining or retelling of David Copperfield by Charles Dickens. And just in the way that James is sort of a reimagining of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, it's sort of giving me the same vibes. So I am not going to be looking for it on Tuesday on the long list. Now, if it does make it, I would be thrilled for it. I will absolutely reread it because I need a reason to reread that book. It was lovely. But I'm not going to be surprised, and I really hope that what the reaction last year where everybody was quitting the Booker Prize because Demon Copperhead didn't make the Booker, I really hope that that doesn't happen this year if it's not longlisted. Now, what I will be upset about if I don't see this author's new book on the long list is Chigozie Obioma, and he has a new book out called The Road to the Country. He's a Nigerian writer, and he's sort of the Tan Twang Ing of the Booker Prize in that everything he has ever written has been shortlisted for the Booker. So he's been shortlisted for The Fisherman and his other book, An Orchestra of Minorities, which the title of that book, the scene that shapes it, it still resonates in my mind. It was so extraordinary. So if you haven't read those two books, by all means, get to them. Another book that I'm hoping that's on the long list is There Are Rivers in the Sky by Elif Shafak. She has previously been longlisted for 10 minutes, 38 seconds in this strange world, and The Island of Missing Trees, which I believe was on the Women's Prize, is phenomenal. It is an exquisite book that, once again, if you haven't read it, you should get to it. Another author that I think stands a very good chance of being on the list is Elizabeth Strout with Tell Me Everything. It's another Lucy Barton book. And she was listed for the Booker Prize for O. William, which surprisingly, it is a really good book. But as a standalone, I think that it's the weakest of all of the series. But I cannot wait to get to Tell Me Everything, regardless of it, whether or not it makes a long list. And the last thing I'm going to be looking for is Choice by Neil Mukherjee, and he was shortlisted for The Lives of Others, and he's an Indian writer. So those are my expectations. I'm not making it a long list because what I love most about these prizes is being given a long list and not knowing any of the authors. These prizes, the Booker, the International Booker, Women's Prize, and Canada Reads, really brings books and authors into my life that would normally not be on my radar. So I would not be upset. In fact, I would be overjoyed if everybody was new to me. So that's my thoughts on the Booker. I will see you in a couple of days for the long list announcement. Please let me know in the comments below if you are going to be joining me, if you are planning on just reading the short list or trying to tackle all 13 books of the long list. And once again, please like and subscribe. It really helps out my channel and I appreciate it. So thank you so much for spending your time with me and the Ripley dog who's on my feet right now. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye. How long can I talk for? I can talk forever.